And hello once again, everybody. It's John and Tyler back in the booth at Melaleuca Field, located on Jim Garshow Way. Coming right up, another night of Idaho Falls Chukars baseball. Game 6 of this marathon 9-game series against the Boise Hawks. But first, it's time for the Toyota pregame show. And tonight's guest, a local young man, Keegan White, who's the first base coach for the Chukars, of course, a former Idaho Falls Tiger and a former Idaho Falls Bandit. Tyler's going to chat with Keegan in 2 minutes here on KSBZ.
Welcome back to the Toyota pregame show. Tyler Peterson here with Keegan White, Chukars first base coach and 2019 World Series champion with the American Legion Idaho Falls Bandits. Keegan, yesterday we had a great celebration for all those guys behind home plate. You played with a lot of those guys. You were following them this year. What was it like seeing those friends of yours go on another special run?
Oh, I was happy for them. They all work hard. They deserve it. They all bought into what I was doing for them last year, and they've been buying into what Mick and Ryan have been preaching to them all summer. I couldn't be more happy and more proud of them.
Now, I know in 2020 you were sort of the veteran of the team, and you were showing your leadership to the guys, and this year it was guys like Kai and Nate who sort of took that from you. Now they were the leaders, and I'm sure they will pass it on as well. What was it like to see guys who were young guys on those teams, now the vets, lead that team? Because the 19 team, that was pretty much a full bill roster. You had a lot of guys who were college guys, and now this team, a couple guys I saw commit to CSI as well, they are moving on as well.
You know, I'm glad to see that Nate and Kai took those strides as both players and leaders. Last summer I was like, you know, since we're not going to have anything really to play for, I'm going to take this summer to just really take the lead of this team, show the young guys how it's done, and then when they get an opportunity to play in these tournaments again, that they could take a few things from me.
Now, you were giving high fives to all the guys behind home plate. You had a nice little moment there with Ryan Alexander, your former head coach. What did he have to say to you? And I saw you guys had a nice little embrace there.
I love Ryan. He's been my coach since my sophomore year. I got to meet him my sophomore year. He just let me know that what I did last year definitely played a role in the returners this year. He just thanked me for all my work, but I mean, the thanks goes all to him. It's hard to find a coach you enjoy playing for, but when you meet a guy like Ryan, when you can be friends off the field after I'm done playing with him, it's pretty special.
Thanks for stopping by, Whitey.
Thanks for having me.
That's Caden White. John, back to you.
Thank you very much, Tyler, and thank you, Whitey, Caden White, former Idaho Falls Tiger, and now a member of the Chukars coaching staff. We'll have more on the pregame show, including starting lineups and a look at the other games as we head down the home stretch of this 2021 Pioneer League baseball season on KSBZ. Game number 84, quick check of the standings. Idaho Falls a half game behind Billings in the north. Boise a half game in front of Grand Junction in the south with just 12 games to go after tonight. Here's Tyler with the starting lineups.
First for the Boise Hawks, it's Miles Miller leading it off once again for Gary Van Tall. He'll play left field. Jason DiCoche, the second baseman, bats second, followed by Alejandro Rivera, the shortstop. He bats third. Vladimir Galindo, the first baseman, cleans up with Robbie Enriquez, the right fielder, batting fifth. Welcome back to the lineup, Idaho Gonzalez. He's the DH today, activated off of the injured list today. Tyler Jorgensen, the third baseman, he bats seventh. Byron Smith, the catcher, he bats eighth. And Pat Adams will play center and bat ninth behind Matt Dallas, who is 2-1 against the Chukars this year. For the Chucks, it's Steve Barmakian leading it off, and batting second, it's not Webb Little. He gets a day off. Instead, Tyler Kelly will bat second and play second. Matt Feinstein, the left fielder, bats third, with Hunter Hiskey, the catcher, cleaning up. Kona Quiggle, the center fielder, bats fifth, followed by Brady West, the designated hitter. He will bat sixth. Andrew Don back in the lineup after a couple nights off. He'll play first. Sam Little in right, batting eighth. Tyler Van Marta, the shortstop, he'll bat ninth behind Joe Slocum, who also was activated off of the injured list today.
Umpires for tonight's ball game, Bill Shortridge will call the balls and strikes. Keegan Smith at first base, and Trevor Walker will do the umpiring from third base. 75 degrees, mostly sunny with some haze in the air, of course, and Old Glory. Slight breeze towards center field, and of course the flag is at half-mast today due to the tragic situation in Afghanistan where 12 Marines were killed by a suicide bomber. So, of course, we are thinking of those brave men and their families on this Thursday, the 26th of August. I love it when the little kids go out and run out with the Chukars starting lineup. And today they're little kids.
Yeah, probably the biggest difference from yesterday when the Bandits ran out with the players. This is our Ideal Idaho program that these kids get to run out with the players with.
Other games tonight: Billings at Great Falls, Missoula at Ogden, and Grand Junction taking on the Rocky Mountain Vibes. Time to stand. Even if you're at home, you can stand. That's okay. And it'll be Mr. Rob Farnham with the honors tonight with our national anthem.
Please rise, remove your hats, and face the American flag. And join us in a moment of silence for more than 100 people killed, including at least 13 U.S. service members and 90 Afghans, at the Kabul airport on Thursday. When Jim last swiftly, the crowd struck to enter the American control facility, disturbing the final push of the U.S.-led evacuation effort. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Rob Farnham and the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars from the perilous heights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming.
Around Rob Farnham with our national anthem. Of course, as we did check the standings, big game in Great Falls and in Ogden. For the Hawks, a big game in Colorado Springs, but we'll check those standings in just a few minutes right now. Let's talk about Joe Slocum, tonight's starting pitcher. 6 foot 215. He's a righty, 25 years old, out of Aurora, Colorado. Played at UC Colorado Springs, making his 13th start of the year. His record is 3-4. In 44 innings, he has given up 76 base hits, walked 15, struck out 20 with an ERA of 7.31 against the league. Meanwhile, against Boise, Joe won his first start against the Hawks back on June 18th. He went 5 innings, gave up just 2 runs, but in the last 3, he's been roughed up, gave up 5 runs in 4 innings, 3 runs in 6, which really didn't get roughed up, but the last time out, on the 15th of August, he gave up 5 runs and did not make it out of the first inning. Joe against Boise, 1-3 with an 8.44 earned run average.
Now, in Joe's last 2 starts, he hasn't got out of the second inning of either of them. In the Ogden game, he gave up 3 runs and 5 hits in just an inning and a third. Billy Gardner with a quick hook that day, and Joe followed it up with even a worse start. Like you said, John, just 2/3 of an inning and 5 runs. But Bob Malachy was very enthused about his start on the 2nd of August when he went into the 7th inning, his longest start of the year, and did allow 2 runs while he was in the game. A 3rd run came in that was allowed by the bullpen. But they're hoping that Joe was just dealing with a little bit of a dead arm there, got put on the IL for 10 days. Hopefully he's ready to go, get back to that old pitching he was getting used to, because he had a long stretch there where he didn't allow more than 2 earned runs in a couple starts. So hopefully he can find a little bit of that early magic.
6th game of this 9-game series, game number 21 between the Hawks and the Chukars. And as we speak, Boise 11 wins, Idaho Falls 9. The magic number for the Highway Series trophy is 13. Overall, the Chukars 53-30. Outstanding record. second best in the Pioneer League. Boise now 3 games under 500 at 40-43, but the Hawks have the best record in the second half. They have been hot. They had won 16 out of 22 when they came to town. They won the first game, but then the Chukars have won 3 of the last 4.
And both of these teams right now fighting for a first place spot. And you look at who each of these teams will play in their next series, John. The Hawks will return home. The Chukars will go on the road. They'll play the Billings Mustangs. The Hawks will play the Grand Junction Rockies. It's going to be 1 versus 2 for both of those series, and we don't know who's going to be 1 or 2 in either of those series when they start.
Should be a great way to end the regular season. Miles Miller, Jason DiCochea, and Alejandro Rivero. 1, 2, 3 for the Hawks, facing Joe Slocum. Chucks in their pinstripe home uniforms. Boise wearing the gray pants, the black jerseys, and the gold numerals. And this ball game is underway. Slocum's pitch is high. 7:17 start time on this 26th day of August. Miller hitting .354 with 6 home runs, 44 RBI this year. Next pitch is low, ball 2. As we mentioned, Bill Shortridge behind the plate. Keegan Smith at first base, and Trevor Walker, the third base umpire. 2-0 pitch, called strike. It's 2-1. Miller is 6 for 23 in this series, but in his last 10 games, he's batting just .179. This pitch is going to be over the head of Van Marter into left field for a leadoff single for Miles Miller. I think it was last night Van Marter, or maybe the night before, Van Marter made a couple of those leaping catches on line drives. That time just a bit too high for Tyler. And here's Jason DiCochea, the second baseman. You would think Miller with good speed. He has good speed, but not sure what the problem has been. He has 5 stolen bases, but he's been caught 7 times.
Well, this is a team that just does not run, John. They're last in the league with 42 steals.
First pitch from Slocum to DiCochea is fouled out of play. In fact, this is game 6. There have been only 2 stolen bases the entire series, one by each team.
And DiCochea, Rivero, Miller, Enriquez, they all have good speed. It's just, I guess, Van Tall's not his game.
They haven't attempted one this series. 0-1 pitch, line drive. It's going to be right at Kona Quiggle. He'll put the glove up over his head, makes the catch. Hard hit, but 1 out here in the first. And here's Alejandro Rivero. Steve Barmakian, the third baseman, Tyler Van Marter at short, Tyler Kelly at second, and Andrew Don gets the start at first base tonight. In the outfield, Matt Feinstein in left, Kona Quiggle in center, Sam Little in right, and Hunter Hiskey behind the plate. 1 out, 1 on for Alejandro Rivero, .355 hitter. And he swings at the first pitch and fouls it off. Miller at first base. Slight breeze blowing out towards center field. Rivero, a right-handed hitter, fouls it back to the screen for strike 2. 24 years old, out of Miami, Florida. He has hit 2 of his 15 home runs against the Chukars this year, including 1 in this series. 0-2, Slocum ahead in the count. Ball served down the right field line. It's going to be foul. Nearly in the Brady's hot tub.
I was going to say, I think we almost had our first splash hit of the season. Well, the hot tub getting some use today as well. It's a cool enough night, John.
Sure, 75 degrees. Miller with an average lead at first base. Now he extends it just a bit. Hiskey sets up on the outside, and Slocum hit the target, but it was low, and it's 1-2. Slocum, not a strikeout pitcher, only 20 strikeouts in 44 innings this year.
But he's also around the plate, not more than 2 walks in any game he's pitched.
Therefore, he gives up a lot of base hits. 1-2 to Rivero. Breaking ball, that's low, and it's 2-2.
Sort of cut from the same cloth as Daniel Silva.
Boy, Silva walked the tightrope last night, but picked up his 6th win of the year. The Chucker bullpen last night, 4 shutout innings. 2-2 pitch. Here's a slow roller. It's going to be fielded by Tyler Kelly. His throw to Don is off his glove. And Miller's going to go to third, and Don won't throw it. Slow roller got past Joe Slocum. Tyler Kelly.
So just an error.
An error on the first baseman, Andrew Don. Kelly made the good throw. Would have had the runner, but it went off Andrew's glove. And for Andrew Don, that's only his 2nd error of the season. And Miller scoots over to third, so runners at the corners with 1 out for Vladimir Galindo. Boy, Kelly made a great play. Andrew just could make the catch. Would have been a bang-bang play, but I think if Don catches that ball, it's going to be an out at first. Galindo hitting .370, 17 home runs, 6 against the Chuckers this year. Slocum's first pitch is low, ball 1.
So the first time we've seen Bill Shortridge behind the plate, I think.
Yes, it is. First time he's been in Idaho Falls this summer. Slocum from the set. Belt high. A breaking ball, foul tip. And the count 1-1. Nice breaking ball by Slocum. Had a lot of movement.
And that's how Joe will be successful, like Silva last night, to work the fastball off the breaking ball, not the other way around. It's got a nice curveball, good slider. You want to use those to your advantage and work the fastball in.
Miller at third with a single. Rivero at first on the error. And by the way, on that error by Andrew, Tyler Kelly gets an assist on the play. One pitch to Galindo, and that one is low. Ball 2. Last night, the strike zone seemed pretty small, and here in the top of the first, it seems to be that situation as well. Righty-righty matchup, Slocum and Galindo. Here's the 2-1. That's slow and outside, ball 3. Galindo has a 7-game hit streak going on for the Hawks right now. He's hitting over 400 in this series, 8 hits in 19 at-bats. Robbie Enriquez is on deck. 3-1. Ground ball could be 2. Tyler to Andrew, out at second, out at first, and out of the inning. 4-6-3 double play. No runs on a hit, an error, and 1 runner left on base. After 1/2 inning, the Hawks nothing, the Chuckers coming to bat. Bottom of one, no score. Barmakian, Kelly, and Feinstein facing one of the better pitchers in the Pioneer League, Matt Dallas, out of Boise. He has a record of 7-4. He has the third best earned run average in the league at 4.81, and he leads the league in strikeouts with 99 on the season in 82 innings. And Tyler, we saw Matt in the exhibition game against the Chukars, and he struck out 12 that night in just 5 innings.
And I remember John thinking that night, we were all sitting there after the game like, ooh, what did we just sign ourselves up for this year? But luckily, this Chukars offense has been anything but that first game showed. And for a team that's 23 games over 500 on a 2-game winning streak and having beat Matt Dallas last time they saw him, I think they will have a pretty good shot of doing it again.
Matt Dallas 2-1 against the Chukars, 4.95 earned run average, 20 innings of work against the Chucks, 19 hits, 20 strikeouts, and 6 walks. And this guy is good. 27-year-old righty out of Boise, Idaho, went to Capitol High School in Boise. And check this out. He played junior varsity basketball or baseball for the Eagles. First pitch to Barmakian, called strike inside corner. And then he was cut trying to make the varsity team at Capitol High School. How crazy is that? Barmakian hitting .338. Swing and a miss, and he's down 0-2. Tyler Jorgensen at third, Alejandro Rivero the shortstop, Jason DiCochea at second, Vladimir Galindo at first. Same infield for the 6th straight game. Miles Miller in left, Pat Adams in center, Robbie Enriquez in right. Next pitch outside, and Byron Smith behind the plate. 1-2, the count on Steve.
Well, you just saw why he's one of the better strikeout pitchers, actually the best in the league. Last 2 balls at 95 and 94.
Again, 27 years old is Matt Dallas. And Barmakian swings and fouls it off to remain 1-2. Chukars come in a half game behind Billings. The Hawks come in a half game in front of Grand Junction. And we'll be doing some scoreboard watching as we always do. Next pitch, high. And it's 2-2. Good take by Steve. That time the radar gun did not record the fastball from Matt Dallas. Wears his socks high, does Matt. Here's the kick, 2-2 pitch, and Steve fights it off foul. Barmakian 6 for 19 here in this series, but against Boise, Tyler is hitting .386.
And he is one of 4 Chukars up for Chukars MVP of the Highway Series. You can vote on the MVP on Twitter. If you leave a comment, you'll be entered into a $100 prize pack from both teams.
Here's the 2-2 to Barmakian. Again, fights it off, fouls it off to the left. So I just voted. That means I could win something?
I don't know if you're eligible, John, but your name will certainly be in the hat. I mean, technically you're not a team employee.
No. 2-2. Steve battling the strikeout leader in the Pioneer League. And another foul ball. So Barmakian hanging tough against Matt Dallas. That's what, 4 straight foul balls?
4 foul balls in the at-bat and 3 straight, I believe.
2-2.
9th pitch coming up.
And the pitch is going to be hit in the gap. This ball is going to be caught by the right fielder, Robbie Enriquez. Steve gave it a ride, but not deep enough. Stayed up too high to find the gap in right center field. And that's 1 up, 1 down. Here's Tyler Kelly, batting second for the Chukars. He's had a good series, 7 hits and 18 at-bats.
I got some early good news, John, from our friends, well, not our rivals, I guess you could say, to the Paddleheads and the Ogden Raptors. 4-1 Paddleheads in Ogden in the fourth.
And again, we need to tell the folks, if Missoula wins the second half, the Chukars are in the playoffs as well. So Idaho Falls with 2 chances to make the playoffs. First pitch to Kelly was up high, ball 1.
And unbelievably, it's really anyone's division. The Voyagers, who are last, are 3 games out of first.
The 1-0 pitch. Fastball inside. It's now 2-0. Tyler with 8 home runs and 46 RBI. Right-handed swinging second baseman for the Chukars. The 2-0 pitch to TK is a swing and a miss, and it's 2-1. Tyler, 5'10", 185, out of Cottonwood, Arizona. He's 21 years old. Dallas kicks, pitches. This one is gonna be foul, but it had home run distance. Just out in front of that one.
He certainly got around on it, didn't he, John?
Yes, he did. No doubt distance-wise, but pretty much you could tell it was going to be a foul ball, but Tyler needs to now square that thing up. 2-2, 1 out. That pitch is low, and the count now full, 3-2. We talk about Matt Dallas's strikeouts, 99. He has walked 44 in 82 innings.
Well, they're certainly doing a really good job of making Dallas throw pitches. That was his 15th. Actually, his 16th.
Here's the payoff pitch. That's going to be right over our head. Actually, it hit the top of the press box and bounced in row 1 of R1.
Yeah, I wasn't reaching for that one.
Now, that one might have been a little tough to handle.
I was bailing.
I had an easy pop-up when it came into the booth earlier this year.
I think that might have left a dent in the brick.
3-2 for the second time. And Tyler swings and misses at a slider, and that's out number 2. That's strikeout number 100 for Matt Dallas. And here's Matt Feinstein, who picked up RBIs number 100 and 101 last night.
I don't know what the Pioneer League record is for strikeouts, but I'd have to imagine 100 is getting awfully close.
Matt Feinstein, 5th in the league in hitting, 381. Leads in RBI, leads in walks. And he takes a big hack and comes up empty. It's 0-1. You know, there have been some pretty good arms in the Pioneer League. Pedro Martinez played in this league years ago. 0-1 pitch, called strike 2. And Matt's going to call timeout. When the Chukars beat Dallas 13 days ago, they only had 7 hits, but they scored 6 runs. 0-2 on Feinstein. Pops it up, foul, out of play. Wears number 16 on his back, does Matt. Looks into his catcher, Byron Smith. Comes set at the belt, then he stops at the shoulder. Kicks, 0-2. The waist pitch outside, 1-2. With 2 out, nobody on base. A fly ball out to right, a strikeout for the Chukars here in the bottom of the first. 1-2 pitch. Did he check it? Here's the appeal. He did not. Oh, he did check the swing. Pitch was high. Good check by Matt. 2-2. He came about as close as he could before being called out.
I got to say, you're making Matt Dallas throw pitches. How about 21 pitches already?
And nobody on. 2-2 pitch. That's low, ball 3. Second straight, 3-2 count. Again, Matt with the best eye in the Pioneer League. He has walked 74 times. That's 16 more than the second place guy. 3-2, low, ball 4, and he gets another one. Great eye by Matt Feinstein.
And Dallas approached that at bat the same way he approached the Kelly at bat. First of all, great control by Matt Dallas, because on 2 3-2 pitches, he threw a slider to the outside corner. He got Kelly to swing and miss below the zone, but Matt, with that great eye, took it for ball 4.
Here's Hunter Hiskey, the catcher. Hunter went deep last night in the first inning. He now has 4 home runs, 3 against the Hawks pitching staff. Left-handed hitter. Pitch from Dallas is high for a ball. Feinstein running the bases this year, 6 out of 9. I earlier said there had been 2 stolen bases in this series, only 1. That was by Kona Quiggle a couple of nights ago. 1-0 pitch, inside, 2 balls, no strikes. 94-mile-per-hour fastball that Hunter had to skip out of the way of. Now Dallas walks off the mound and goes behind the mound, trying to regroup. Outfield straight away. Feinstein at first with 2 outs.
Well, Dallas has now thrown 5 straight balls.
And Hunter swings and misses, and it's 2-1.
It's called selling out. As he was selling out there and got a breaking ball. A fastball would have gone 500 feet, but he got the breaking ball and came up with nothing.
Hunter 7 for 17 in the previous 5 games against Boise. Two 2-1. Here's the pitch, and Hunter takes it for a called strike at the knees, 2-2. 2 nights ago, the Chukars were blanked 9-0. Since then, they've outscored the Hawks 19-4 over the last 2 games. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Feinstein, small lead at first. And here's the pitch, and Hunter fights it off. Want to thank Kim for delivering some candy up to the booth. That's all we need is, well, you need some pounds on you, not me.
I can put on a little weight.
Yeah, you could. What do you do with your meal money?
I use it. I spend it. It gets drained by the time we leave.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the first, no score. It's the Highway Series, and Hiskey chases a high fastball, and he swings and misses. So 2 strikeouts for the Pioneer League's best. No runs, no hits. There were no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We played 1 on your Thursday night. No score between the Hawks and the Chukars on KSBZ. Top of 2 for the Hawks, 5, 6, and 7. Enriquez, Gonzalez, and Jorgensen to face Joe Slocum. Couple of updated scores. Bottom of second, Great Falls leads Billings 4-0. Bottom of fourth, Missoula leads Ogden 6-1.
Love that.
Couldn't get any better.
I know one more thing that could happen.
I do too. A W here at the Loop tonight. A big series taking place in your neck of the woods. The Yankees and the Athletics this weekend, Tyler.
Yeah, the A's, I believe, John, a game and a half back of the Red Sox on that wild card. So do yourself a favor and get the Red Sox out of that wild card game and get the A's into that wild card spot with a few Oakland victories this weekend.
That means the Yankees would have to lose.
That is part of that equation, yes.
Here's Robbie Enriquez, the right fielder, 354 hitter. He's the young man out of Puerto Rico. Bats from the left side. Joe Slocum gave up a hit in the top of the first, but was helped out by a double play. Kelly to Van Marter to Don to end the inning. First pitch from Slocum to Enriquez is a called strike one. We've mentioned this. Enriquez went to college, the same school that Larry Bird played basketball at, Indiana State. 0-1 pitch. That's fouled off the netting above the Hawks dugout. Of course, players from Puerto Rico can be drafted by Major League Major League of teams. I don't think he was.
Carlos Correa, one of those young men in one of those Puerto Rican academies that got drafted.
0-2 pitch, high pop-up. It's going to be Barmakian in foul territory, calls for it, and that's a 3-pitch out. As Enriquez chased one up in his eyes and fouls out to Barmakian. Out number one.
Well, that's a big out because not only is it the leadoff hitter, but it's a guy who has torched the Chukars, batting over .330 against them this season. Enriquez, who is second on the team in RBI against the Chukars behind Galindo.
Here's Ideco Gonzalez, just off the injured list. .299 on the season, .348 against Idaho Falls. Gonzalez from New York, New York. And Slocum's pitch, nice overhand fastball for a called strike one on the inside corner.
Now, we saw Gonzalez as a catcher in Boise, but dealing with some back issues that landed him on the IL. I don't know if we'll see him behind the plate again, but
here's a two-hopper scooped up by Barmakian, the third baseman, and quickly 2 outs here in the second.
But I think we'll see him as a DH for the rest of this series.
So Barmakian busy at the hot corner. A pop-up foul out and a hard hit ball that he scooped up on the short hop. Here's Tyler Jorgensen, third baseman for the Hawks. .281 batter on the season. He has 6 hits in this series. He had 3 RBI a couple of nights ago. Takes the first pitch, low, ball one. Oh, more and more folks are coming into the ballpark Thursday night. Good pitch by Slocum, outside corner at 84.
Got some good barbecues going. I think we've got 2 down that third base line, 1 on the grass, 1 in the picnic area, and 1 in our Brady's hot tub area down the first base line.
Slocum 1-1 pitch. That's outside. 2 balls and a strike on Tyler Jorgensen.
And I will say, I believe there's limited space available if you're interested in bringing out your large party or company outing to a baseball game.
2-1 pitch is a swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. Great way to have a great dinner with friends or co-workers and, of course, watch baseball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on base. Top of 2. And Slocum comes inside, count full, 3-2. On deck is Byron Smith, another guy who's roughed up the Chukars this year. And here's a ball served into left field, a 3-2 pitch. Base hit Jorgensen with 2 away. That's his 7th hit of the series, and it brings up Byron Smith, the catcher. Second hit by the Hawks tonight. Smith hitting .297 against Idaho Falls with 2 home runs, 4 doubles, and 10 RBI. Smith hit a home run in the 8th inning in that 9-0 Boise win 3 nights ago. First pitch from Joe is outside, ball 1.
He only has 6 doubles on the season, 4 of them against the Chukars. A third of his RBI this season against the Chukars, 10 of 31.
Out of San Diego. His college of choice was the Masters. One 0 pitch. That's going to be a base hit into the gap. Jorgensen's going to make it to third as Quiggle gets the ball in. So after the first 2 retired by Slocum, back-to-back singles. And it brings up Pat Adams, the center fielder, the number 9 hitter.
I wonder if at the Masters University, when you graduate, they don't do the cap and gown, they just give you a green jacket.
Maybe the green jacket is mandatory when you go to class.
Maybe that's true. Maybe they have a strict dress code at the Masters College.
Pat Adams, the center fielder. He's 1 for 9 in the series. Adams bats from the left side. Out of Warren, Michigan. 2 on, 2 out. Slocum trying to get out of this inning unscathed. And the first pitch is a called strike 1. We mentioned Joe not a strikeout pitcher, but so far pretty good control. Jorgensen at third and Smith at first. A little chin music upstairs, 1-1.
Well, he stranded a runner at third in the first inning. There was first and third, 1 out, and the Chukars turned 2. Now it's first and third, 2 outs. And let's see if Joe can get a pitch, weakly hit somewhere toward a defender.
Slocum comes set. The 1-1 pitch is outside, 2-1. Friday night baseball tomorrow night. It'll be Matt Jeffrey on getting the start for the Chukars. Normally a reliever. And here's the 2-1 ground ball to Tyler Kelly. Just what they needed. A flip to Tyler Van Marter for out number 3. No runs on 2 base hits. There were no errors and 2 runners left on base. We go to the bottom of the second. No score on your Thursday night from Melaleuca Field. Bottom of 2, Quiggle, West, and Dawn to face Matt Dallas. The Big Wave, the hottest chucker over the last 2 nights. He's 6 for 10 and 8 RBI, 5 ribbies 2 nights ago, and he had 3 last night. Hit his 13th home run of the season last night. Batting .361. 73 RBI in 55 games played. Boy, doesn't get much better than that.
It's about an RBI every 1 and 1.4 games, maybe.
Takes the pitch high from Dallas, and Matt Dallas had a busy first inning. Didn't give up a hit, but he sure threw a lot of pitches.
Oh, that was pitch 30 right there. He was a 29 first inning pitch count, and he only faced 4 batters.
1-0 pitch to the Big Wave. That one's strike called inside, 1-1. Come on, Blue. Kona from Phoenix, Arizona. Boy, what a pickup he has been. Next pitch outside. Good eye by Kona. It's 2-1.
I'm sure Kona saw this kind of velocity while he was playing in West Michigan and in Erie in High A and Double A in the Tiger system.
2-1 pitch. There's a ball hit to left field. Miles Miller going back to the track, and he's going to make the catch right in front of the HK Contractor sign in left field for out number 1. Just got under that one, did Kona. And now here's Brady West.
You know, when Miller turned his back to the field, I thought it was gone, and then he turned around and found it.
Last night in the first, we thought Barmakian hit an easy fly ball to right field, and it went out of the park. Brady West, DH, batting 6, .297 hitter with 7 home runs. Left-handed batter is Brady. He grounds one to the second baseman. That's going to be Dicochea to Galindo, and there's out number 2. 29 pitches in the first inning, much more efficient so far here in the second. And it brings up Andrew Don, the Chukars first baseman. You look at his numbers, 330, 8 home runs, 68 RBI, but how many of those numbers, Tyler, were in the first half? He has really had a tough second half as Andrew.
Yeah, August, pretty ice cold for Don, but see if he can get the bat start a little earlier here against Dallas, who will come at him with some pretty fast pitches.
First pitch to Andrew, takes it low, ball 1. Andrew 0 for 4 in this series with Boise, and all 4 have been strikeouts. Righty-righty matchup. Dallas to Don. Takes it outside, ball 2. On deck is a little Sam in the lineup. Webb getting the night off tonight. I think a much-needed night off for Webb Little.
Now previously down 2-0, Dallas went to the changeup.
Here's the kick, the pitch. Called strike right down the middle. 92 on the radar gun. Two out, nobody on base, no score, bottom of 2. And Andrew hits it to right field. Coming in is Enriquez. He'll make the running catch in fair territory for out number 3. Chukars go down in order as we go to the top of the third. No score. Boise and Idaho Falls on KSBZ, the Sports Zone. Top of three, no score. Miller, DiCochea, and Rivero. The top of the order for the Hawks facing Joe Slocum, who's given up 3 hits, but no runs. He has stranded 3 runners on base. Well, it is the 3rd inning, and that means we have a celebrity in the booth.
Exactly.
His name is Hunter Blackman, one of the outstanding interns doing a lot of hard work here at Melaleuca this summer. Hunter, thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. Let's hear about Hunter Blackman, hometown,
Lexington, South Carolina.
college.
USC, the real USC, despite what everyone else says, we're the real USC. The University of South Carolina.
Not that USC?
Not that USC. The Gamecocks, baby.
Here's Miles Miller. You having fun this summer, Hunter?
I am having fun. It was definitely different getting here and just being in a new town and everything, but the people have been great, and I've really enjoyed it. I have no complaints, and I really like it here.
Slocum to Miller. First pitch called strike. Miles Miller singled his first time up. Now, you played some college football, I understand.
I did my freshman year. It was an experience, that's for sure.
Ball slapped foul, 0-2.
I went up my freshman year, started on the offensive line, and it just, because of some injuries, it wasn't for me. But yeah, I played at Limestone. It's in Gaffney, South Carolina, in the upstate. It's a pretty place. Met some great people, just not my thing.
0-2 pitch to Miller. Swing and a miss. He chased one in the dirt. Brady West throws a one-hopper, and it's going to be a strikeout and an error. Not Brady West, Hunter Hiskey, excuse me. And Miller is going to reach base. Well, Hunter just spiked that one. First strikeout for Slocum, but unfortunately does not get an out of the pitch. And the batter is Jason DiCochea. You must enjoy the weather here in Idaho. Is it pretty humid in South Carolina?
Yeah, the humidity, that's been the biggest thing that I do not miss from South Carolina. It's just a difference in humidity here and back home, but it is a lot chillier here, and it gets a lot colder faster.
Here's a little chopper off the bat of DiCochea. Joe Slocum fields, throws to Andrew Don. Miller goes to second with one away.
Now, Hunter, you're not really a baseball guy, but this is actually your second job in minor league baseball.
That's true.
What was that first experience like? Where were you, and how does it compare to this one?
So I was in my hometown of Lexington, South Carolina, and it was literally, the stadium was literally less than 5 minutes from where my parents live. Big difference from here and the team I work for. I was dealing mainly with concessions last summer, and just with COVID and everything, it was really unorganized. And
Here's another throw in the dirt by Hiskey as Miller was off with the pitch.
it was really unorganized, and just why I learned a lot and I met great people. It doesn't compare to the experience I've had up here, and just the environment we're in, and the family that we've really created.
So a second throwing error by Hiskey, and Miles Miller, who struck out, scores the first run of the ball game. How crazy is that? The count to Rivero is 2 balls, no strikes. What's your favorite thing to do at the ballpark, Hunter?
My favorite thing to do at the ballpark would probably be, I like doing promotions. I've taken some time off of it these past 2 days just because I've done it every game, but promotions is fun. It's fun to be on the mic and be in front of the crowd and to do stuff like that. And of course, everyone knows how much I've improved on the fish fling over the past couple, over the season, really.
You have, no doubt about that, because you couldn't get much worse.
Yeah, I can't argue that. I can't argue that at all. It was pretty bad.
Here's a single by Rivero to right field.
Now, last night in the fish fling, JB started off, and then you came in relief. That was a quick switch to get JB out of there. Did you have to pull him aside, or did he say, "I'm out, man"?
He said he was out, and the best part is
is that JB, right before we went out there, said that he never is going to hit himself in the chest, does it twice back-to-back, and asks me to switch, and I take over. And luckily, I'm just a natural-born athlete, and that's just what I had to do.
You know, the fish fling has become very popular here at Melaleuca Field.
I can
First
see
pitch
why.
is a called strike. This is Galindo at the plate.
It's a great promotion. I really like it. It's a lot of fun, and the crowd enjoys it, and they really get into it, even when they boo you.
0-1 the count. That pitch in the dirt, 1-1 strike. Talking with Hunter Blackman, one of the interns here at Melaleuca Field. What's your plans for once the season is over, Hunter?
So actually, I just accepted a full-time position here yesterday. I shook Kevin Green's hand, and it's
Nice.
official. So I'm going to be working here. Me and Cody Haggerton, one of the other interns, soon to be full-time staff, and really looking forward to it.
You're going to love Idaho winters.
Oh, I am looking forward to it because I've driven in the snow tops 5 times, and that's at high max.
1-2 called strike on Galindo. One out, one on, and a run in.
So if anyone finds me outside frozen to death, just please move me inside and try to warm me up a little bit.
You going to try skiing or snowboarding?
I want to, and actually it's funny, I had never seen a snowmobile in real life until I moved here.
Really?
And then I
Yep.
moved here and I finally saw one. So yeah, I'm excited to see what it's like to have a real winter and it not be 80 degrees Christmas morning.
That's nice that you're going to be around next year. Congratulations.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
1-2, Slocum, Galindo. Here's the pitch. That's down low. Evens out the count at 2-2. Tyler, any questions for the young man from South Carolina?
No, because we basically spend every waking moment with each other, as all this rest of the crew does.
That is fair. That's a fair comment, and yeah, it's even when we're on the road, man. It's just we're here 24/7. But working in sports, you definitely you come to expect it, and you learn to love it.
Well, you were working a little bit for KSPZ this year as a board op, working some of the road games as well. You were doing
true.
just about everything possible, bagging ice, tarping the field, edging. I mean, you get the full grand tour of this whole stadium, don't you?
Yeah, every single day. There is not a lot of downtime when you're getting ready for a baseball game.
Here's a ball chop foul off Galindo's foot. 2-2 the count on the cleanup batter.
And yeah, a lot to be done every day. Even when the team's not here, whether it was working in the radio booth or bagging ice, stuff like that, you're definitely getting the full experience, and it's a lot of fun. And also, I get to own Tony the groundskeeper whenever I can because I'm just better than him.
Boy. South Carolina boy talking some big words.
I have to.
They're on the basketball court an awful lot, John.
We are. And Tony, he won't see me one-on-one ever again. He talks a lot, but he can't walk the walk.
Now, you guys go play basketball across the street here from Melaleuca Field.
That's right, John Clark Memorial.
John Clark Memorial, love that. 2-2 the count, one in, one on. As Tony McCarty comes in, here's a high fly ball, and this one is not coming back. Galindo with his 18th home run of the year, 7 against the Chukars, and it's a 3-0 ball game here in the 3rd inning. Quiggle didn't even move from his center field location.
Yeah, the basketball games over at the court, they get intense, but they're fun, and if you ever want to come see some of the best basketball you could watch in Idaho Falls, I suggest you come out during lunchtime on a weekday while the team's away and come watch us play. Paul Henderson's another one that I let him win because he's older and I feel bad for him, but it's something you got to do.
Ground ball to Kelly. Throws to Andrew Don, out number 2. And now it's Edekel Gonzalez, the designated hitter for the Hawks. Well, this inning did not start off well. Miller struck out, But Hiskey's throw to first was in the dirt, so he reached on the throwing error, went to second on the ground out by Dicochea. I believe he went to third on a wild pitch. We'll have to check the instant replay on that. He might have been off with the pitch. And then he scored on another throwing error by Hiskey. Count 0-1.
So, in your guys' expert opinion, how big of an impact is not having Devonville in the outfield had on our team?
Huge. His bat. He plays great defense. He leads the team in stolen bases. I mean, it's a huge loss, and now he's been put on the injured list, and he's going to be out for at least another, 7 days?
Yeah, and the base paths, John, I think is a great point, because you almost even forget about how many steals he has. He leads his team with 22 this year.
He has actually 24. He's been caught only once.
Yes.
That's
and
insane.
The defense, with a guy like Hogan Brown.
Here's a pop-up infield. Going to be Andrew Don calling for it. And he had to battle it for a second, but he makes the catch.
A guy like Hogan Brown, you get about the same defense, but the bat. Definitely we're missing the bat.
3 runs on 2 base hits, 2 errors, and nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the third. It's Boise 3 and Idaho Falls nothing. The Chukars find themselves down by 3, bottom of 3. Sam Little, Tyler Van Martyr, Steve Barmakian. As we continue our chat with Hunter Blackman out of South Carolina, the intern, now a full-time employee for Kevin Green and the Chukars.
It's an honor. It really is. Kevin Green, by far one of the best bosses, if not the best boss I've ever had. Just a great guy and knows how to let us get work done while also having a fun time doing it.
Sam Little hitting .264, but he has 4 hits and 12 at-bats, and he hits the first pitch. Galindo backhands, knocks it down. He'll take it to the bag himself. That is out number 1. And the Chukars looking for their first hit off Matt Dallas. He walks Feinstein, and Matt's been the only base runner thus far against this right-hander out of Capitol High School in Boise. He got cut from his varsity baseball team. That is just a crazy story.
Like Michael Jordan.
Yep. Here's Tyler Van Martyr. He's having a good series. 6 for 17. And he hits the first pitch, center field. That's going to be Adams under it. Makes the catch, and quickly that's out number 2 here in the third. Hunter, anything else you'd like to add before we wrap things up with you? And, you didn't do much help in the third. You gave up 3 runs, so this might be your radio debut and your radio finale all in one night.
You know what? It was short-lived, but it was a fun time. I like hanging out with both you guys. Like I said, just there's a great family environment here between everyone that comes and works, and we know how to have a good time. And man, I'm just ready for football. That's what I'm ready for. We got the TV on right now, and I'm so excited.
Pitching the dirt ball 1. This is Barmakian.
Got Ohio State's favorite team. Chris Olave is back. I think it's 5th year now in Ohio State.
Yeah.
You like the chances there?
Yeah, I'm excited about Chris Olave. You know, the fact that he stayed around makes me think that C.J. Stroud's going to be a solid quarterback for us. And then with Garrett Wilson to match him up coming into his junior year, I believe. Super excited.
He goes to an SEC school, but he's a fan of the Big Ten team.
Yeah, what's up with that? How about the Gamecocks?
So the Gamecocks, I'm disappointed because our starting quarterback got hurt, so now we got a backup in. The reason I'm an Ohio State fan is because my mom was born and raised right outside of Columbus, Ohio.
Okay.
My dad likes sports but doesn't get into them as much as me and my mom do, so I was just born and raised one.
2-0 pitch to Barmakian. That's slow ball 3. I was going to call you a front runner, but if your mom's from there, I can understand that.
I swear I'm not a bandwagon. It's okay. I've been called it a lot. Yeah, I actually got to go to the 2014 national championship game where Ohio State beat Oregon, and I have the ticket in my room back home, and it's a prized possession of mine.
A former Pocatello player, Tommy Togi, played for Ohio State, now with the Cleveland Browns.
Really?
Yeah, he grew up right down highway in Pocatello. Here's ball 4. He declared for the draft early.
When was this? Do you remember?
Just like this is last year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He was a starting D tackle for the Buckeyes.
What was his name?
Tommy Togia.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. I know. I didn't realize he was from Pocatello. Small world.
Yeah, Pocatello, Highland High School. We've said this before, but Highland High School in Pocatello has 3 players in the NFL. Well, let's see if the Chukars can pick up a base hit. Tyler Kelly struck out his first time up. Barmakian, 2 steals in 3 attempts. And it's a first pitch swing. It's going to be the shortstop. Rivero goes the short way for the 3rd out. Hey, Hunter, get back to work. Thanks for stopping by, and continued good luck to you.
Thank you, guys, and I appreciate it, and enjoy the rest of the game.
We go to the 4th. It's the Hawks 3 and the Chukars nothing. Top of 4, Boise scored 3 in the 3rd. Chukars still looking for their first base hit. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors, Boise. No runs, no hits, 3 errors, Idaho Falls. And for your middle inning play-by-play, it's Mr. Tyler Peterson.
Thank you, John. Well, Boise starter Matt Dallas, again, shutting down the Chukars. He currently has a no-hitter going. Joe Slocum hasn't pitched badly, made 1 big mistake to Vladimir Galindo in the 3rd inning. We'll face the bottom of the order. We'll check in what's going on around the league. Paddleheads lead the Raptors 7-2. That's in the bottom of inning number 6, and Great Falls still with a 4-0 lead here in the bottom of the fourth.
Now, for the Boise Hawks on count 4, third baseman Tyler Jorgensen.
Jorgensen and the man Smith on deck, both with singles back in the second inning. Slocum from the windup. Here's his first pitch to Jorgensen. It's taken low. Hawks lead the Highway Series this year, 11-9. Pitch to the plate, that's outside. We played 20 games between these two teams, 4 more to go, including tonight. Slocum from the windup, the 2-0 to Jorgensen is swung on to center, hit pretty hard, back cone of Quiggle at the track, he looks up, that one is gone. Tyler Jorgensen goes deep to center field. It had the right sound, and it was only a matter of time before the wind took it out of here.
Jorgensen continues his hot bat at the plate. He's now 8 for 21, and he hits his first home run against the Chukars, his 4th on the year.
Now Smith, who's 1 for 1. Jorgensen, not exactly a utility player, but a guy who we've seen play a ton of different positions as Smith fouls one back over the screen. Saw him first at shortstop 2 months ago, and then when we continued this series in Boise, he was playing second. He would play a little bit in center field, now at third base. Nate Fisbeck still on the mend. We may see him tomorrow. 0-1 to the plate. Smith, a fly ball to right. Sam Little barely has to move. In fact, he just takes one step back and makes the catch for the first out of the fourth. Joe's allowed 4 runs, 3 of those earned. Here's Pat Adams to complete the second time through the Hawks order. For the Chukars in the bottom of the fourth, it'll be Feinstein, Hiskey, and Quiggle. See if they can get something started against Matt Dallas. At least looking for the first Chukars hit. This is taken for strike 1. Here's a pitch to the plate. That's down low. It's 1-0. One away here in the top of the fourth. It's 4-0 Boise. A deep breath by Joe. Here's his wind. His pitch, the 1-1, is outside. 2-1. Base is empty for Adams, the 9th place hitter. The 2-1 on its way. Breaking ball outside. Now 3-1. Miller, who's been on base twice and scored a run, is on deck. The 3-1 pitch to the plate. That is a strike called at the letters. It's 3-2. Adams is 6'2", 200, so he's got a pretty tall strike zone. The 3-2 pitch, that is just low, ball 4. Adams, a 1-out walk, and that'll bring up Miller. Miller had one of the stranger at-bats of the year. He struck out on a pitch in the dirt, and Hunter Hiskey, trying to complete the play to first, threw it in the dirt, and Andrew Don could not pick it out. It was an E2 on Hiskey. Went to second on a ground out, went to third on a wild pitch, and then Hunter Hiskey threw the ball away as Miller was trying to advance to third, and he came around to score. The first pitch to Miller is down low for ball 1.
That's not manufactured run. That's here Here's a freebie.
Yeah, basically a free 270 that time, and got an out on one leg of that journey. That ball's down low again. It's 2-0. So Hunter Hissey's going to go out now and have a chat with Joe, and I like this chat. Tyler Kelly's going to come out as well, maybe to talk about what to do if the runner goes. Now the meeting is over. Can't have much slimmer margins on the standings than what these two teams have right now. The Hawks are a game up on the Rockies. The Chucks a half game back of the Mustangs. Here's a swing and a miss by Miller. Now 2-1. One away here in the top of the fourth. A run in on the home run by Jorgensen, and it's 4-0 Boise. Slocum set on the mound. Smith, medium lead at first. The 2-1 on its way to Miller. Breaking ball hit toward Kelly at second. He's going to go to Don at first for the sure out, and now there's two away. The out goes 4-3. And now Adams will be at second. Two men are away, and it's Jason DiCochea. DiCochea hit a hard drive to center, but it was right at Conaquiggle. And then just a complete excuse-me check swing back to the pitcher. 3-0 Yankees, John. Home runs by Stanton and Gardner against the A's. That's in the third. First pitch to DiCochea, slider outside off of former Yankees farmhand James Kaprelian. Steve Thayer is here, team photographer. 1-0 pitch, that's hit toward right. Sam stops, now he comes in, he makes a chest-high catch, and the inning is over. Well, another big fly for the Hawks. It was a run on one hit, the home run by Jorgensen. A man left on base at second. We move on to the bottom of the fourth. Chucks still looking for their first hit on KSPZ 980. Welcome back to the ball game. Tyler Peterson and John Balgini in the Jim Gar Show radio booth. Chukars trailing 4-0. Matt Feinstein steps to the plate. Matt Dallas throwing a no-hitter currently. See if the Chucks can get on the board, get someone on. First pitch is inside. It's 1-0. David's right. There's plenty of time to catch up. This is fouled back to the screen. You're listening to Chukars Baseball on KSPZ 980. You might be watching as well on our YouTube live stream, and I don't know, there might be some more prizes tonight for those listening and watching on YouTube. So stay tuned to our broadcast. 1-1 pitch to Feinstein. That's fouled off, and I don't know, that comments section may come into play, and all you have to do is click subscribe to be able to become a commenter and possibly win a great prize courtesy of Sandhill Media. 1-2 to Feinstein. Base is empty. Set on the mound is Dallas. Pitch to the plate. That is, just a little bit low. It looked like a pretty good pitch, and Smith's glove moved below the zone, but I think that should have been strike 3 called. 2-2 to Matt. Set is Dallas. He pitches from the stretch. The 2-2 on its way. This is swung on, fouled away. And now it's 2-2. Matt Dallas currently at 51 pitches. He's had 2 pretty quick innings after that 29 pitch first. The 2-2 to Feinstein, a really weak ground ball toward Rivero, the shortstop. He charges, and it's through. We will have to see what the ruling is. It was a ball that he charged, a play that maybe should have been made. It got through Rivero, though. We're going to be an error. So Feinstein is on the E6. First pitch to Hunter Hiskey, very high. The Chukars with their third base runner, but they still don't have a hit. They got 2 walks earlier. Here, Feinstein on with an error. They're down 4-0. Here in the 4th, Hiskey takes a strike at the letters. It's 1-1. A 1-1 count to the lefty Hiskey, with the lefty Quiggle on deck and the lefty West in the hole. Wind blowing right now from right to left. Here's the pitch. That's inside on Hunter. It's 2-1. Sort of a chilly night now all of a sudden here at Melaleuca Field. I'll get ever so darker and chillier as the days go on. The 2-1 to Hiskey. That's, a strike on the outside corner. And Dallas didn't hit his spot that time, but home plate umpire Bill Shortridge thought it was over the plate, so it's strike 2.
Well, the veteran folks here in the stands brought jackets. Should be down into the 40s tonight, overnight low.
2-2 to Hiskey, nobody out. Feinstein at first. Here's the pitch. It is a half swing. He goes as the home plate umpire. And I think, can we get an appeal from Hunter? No, he's not going to ask. Hiskey wants an appeal.
Home plate umpire not giving it to him.
Hiskey still wants an appeal.
Maybe he doesn't know the rule.
And I don't think he does, John.
First time he's been behind the plate, Bill Southridge. Or Shortridge, excuse me.
Oh, I think Hiskey wants a foul ball here. I don't think it was an appeal. It was for a foul ball, but honestly, I think they should have appealed anyway. It's a strikeout for Dallas. It's his third. So it wasn't whether he went or not. It's whether it was a foul ball or not. And it goes against the Chukars here. And we could not tell whether that ball was fouled or not. So here's Quiggle, a man out now with Feinstein on at first. Pitch to the plate, Kona, a ground ball into the glove of Galindo. He'll go to second for one, back to first, not in time. Nice play by the first baseman, Galindo, who does field his position very well. And the fielder's choice goes 3-6 at the out at second.
Now at center base, the designated hitter, Pregame.
Now here's Brady West. West hit a ground ball to the second baseman, Dico Chea, in his first at bat. Quiggle now the runner at first. First pitch on its way is swung on down the right field line. If it's fair, it'll be a double. It is just foul. Just barely foul. It would have been an RBI double for Brady West, but he missed it by maybe just a matter of feet. We can't see all the way down that right field line. We're partially obstructed by the wall down there. And it did just drop foul. Looking back on our YouTube replay, you can just tell where the ball lands.
I love the instant replay on YouTube.
Great tool to have when you're broadcasting the 0-1. That's a called strike two on the outside.
Because broadcasters are known to be second guessers. Some of them anyway.
I don't second guess myself, John, or do I?
I'm talking about second guess the umpires. But we don't do that, no.
Here's a pitch that flies out of play. Steven enjoyed my joke, and Steven pointed in. Steven's always listening. We appreciate Steven so much.
Went over my head, obviously. Billings has scored a run in the fifth. It's now 4-1 Great Falls. Missoula still leads Ogden 7-2 in the seventh.
Oh, 2 to Brady. He swings, nubs it down the third base line, but foul toward the Hawks dugout. Still 0-2.
Well, the A's are battling back. A couple of back solo home runs by Oakland after Joey Gallo hit a 3-run shot. Yankees lead 6-2.
So that would be 5 home runs in that game so far in the Coliseum.
And I think they're only in the third inning.
Wind really blowing out right now. See if Brady can get under one. 0-2 pitch. That's high and outside. It's 1-2.
Chukars still looking for that first base hit off the Boise native, Matt Dallas.
One, two, West swings and misses, ball in the dirt. Smith has to throw down to first. He does to complete the strikeout. So 2 strikeouts for Matt Dallas. No runs, no hits again. An error and a man left on base. We head to the top of the fifth. Still 4-0 Boise on KSPZ 980. top of the 5th inning. Welcome back to our broadcast. Tyler Peterson, John Balgini. It's the Hawks leading the Chukars 4-0. And John, I was teasing this earlier, and of course it's our Toyota 5th inning check-in. But it's been a week of prizes so far.
It has.
And
Of course, we thank everybody who tunes in on the radio, on KSPZ, watching on YouTube, etc.
We were teasing that perhaps there would be a giveaway tonight as well.
And there will be.
For all the folks checking in with us, let us know on YouTube, on Twitter, or on Facebook how you're watching, if you're watching. Would love to hear from Chukars fans, Hawk fans, and anybody else who has just maybe stumbled onto our broadcast. Maybe you were watching something on YouTube and all of a sudden this popped up in your recommended channel. Well, thanks so much for tuning in. This is Alejandro Rivero to face Joe Slocum. And the first pitch is popped up, coming back toward the press box and just below us.
Oh, a young girl made the great catch on the ricochet.
Well, that ball finds a good home.
And is she excited?
Pitch to Rivero is a called strike. Oh, 0-2 to Rivero, who is 1 for 2 today. Slocum to the plate, breaking ball. This is lined over Tyler Kelly. He is going to try to make the play anyway in right field. He will not. That's a base hit for Rivero, who lines a single past the glove. It's the 7th hit now for the Hawks. And that'll bring up the big bat of Vladimir Galindo. Galindo, another home run against the Chucks. A 2-run shot in the 3rd inning.
Gives him 7 and 20 RBI against the Chukar staff.
I'd have to imagine if the Hawks win that Traffic Cone Trophy that Galindo would walk away with that MVP belt. He has just been a fantastic offensive player in this series. First pitch to the plate, that is just low. Leadoff man on here in the 5th, that's Rivero at first. Slocum set. The pitch to the plate, breaking ball inside, now 2-0. The Davies watching from Rockford, Illinois. Thank you so much, Karen. Alondra Avendano watching at home tonight from Idaho Falls. Go Chukars, she says. This pitch is inside as well, 3-0. I want to say hello to the 84 folks watching on YouTube. And at the beginning of the year, my goal was to have the best stream in the Pioneer League, and I dare say we've achieved that with the help of Steven, our technical director. 3-0 pitch, that's high. It's a 4-pitch walk to Vladimir Galindo. And the first 2 batters are on here in the 5th. And that'll get some action stirring in the Chukars bullpen now.
And also Bob Malacki out of the dugout.
So Bob Malacki will talk to Joe, try to encourage him to pitch his way out of this inning, but it will also allow the pitcher to get down to the bullpen. We'll see exactly who that is. That looks like, I believe that's Jake Waters warming.
If you don't have any plans for Friday night, tomorrow night, we have 4 free Chukars tickets.
And those will go to the folks who first hit us up on our YouTube live chat.
Yep, 4 for tomorrow night.
They're out there, folks. They're yours for the taking. Malaki departs. Single by Rivero, a walk for Galindo, and now the lefty Enriquez, who is 0 for 2. Oh, I think we have a winner, John. Alondra. Alondra, I'd love to take those tickets off your hands. Well, Alondra, consider them yours.
By the way, that's a $40 value right there.
First pitch to Enriquez. He pops up a bunt, foul. So Alondra Avendaño, you will have 4 tickets to tomorrow night's game.
You can pick them up at the ticket booth outside the ballpark.
Let's see if Enriquez drops down another bunt here. He's going to swing away. He swings away toward left. Feinstein right there. He's under it. He makes the catch, and there's one away. So Alondra was quick on the trigger there in chat. Congrats, Alondra. Tracy McGinnis and Ron McDivitt watching from Green Cove Springs, Florida. Not heard of Green Cove Springs, Florida. What part of Florida is Green Cove Springs? I'd love to know.
Sounds like a nice vacation spot.
Certainly does. Sounds like a place like Del Boca Vista. First pitch to Hideko Gonzalez is swung on and missed.
Del Boca Vista. That's where the George Costanza's family used to.
That's exactly right. Well, the Seinfelds tried to keep the Costanzas out of Del Boca
That's
Vista.
right. And for good reason.
Are you trying to tell me there's not one condo left in Del Boca Vista? No. How'd you get yours? Got lucky. The 0-1 to Gonzalez is a big swing and a miss. It's 0-2.
I know it sounded familiar, and I finally came to me.
Oh, no, we're good for at least one Seinfeld reference per homestand.
Why not?
Tim and Patty are here in section L1, row 5. Slocum set, 0-2 to Gonzalez. It is swung on, ripped down the left field line. That's going to be extra bases and runs for the Hawks. It rolls all the way down to the wall. 1 run scores. They're going to hold Galindo at third, and Gonzalez, an 0-2 pitch and a double. And that might spell the end for Joe Slocum. Gonzalez, his first hit and his first RBI since coming off of the IL. And
That thing was a laser. Boy, it was hit hard.
Here comes Billy Gardner Jr., and no chance for him to do what he did last night when he came out and leave a pitcher in the game. This is his second trip of the inning. This pitching change is brought to you by the Smith Group, simplifying the car buying experience for 100 years. We'll be back and we'll tell you about the new pitcher on KSPZ The Sports Zone, your home for Fox Sports and the Idaho Falls Chukars. Jake Waters comes out of Billy Gardner's bullpen to replace the starter, Joe Slocum.
Joe last 4 in the third, gives up 8 hits. 5 runs thus far with both men on base his responsibility. Walked only 2. He struck out 1, didn't get an out on that strikeout, and tossed a wild pitch. Joe got through the first 2 innings okay, but then 3 in the third, 1 in the fourth, and another here in the fifth.
Jake Waters, his 22nd appearance, a 5.06 ERA, a 3.0 record. 5-0. The Hawks lead here in the top of the fifth, and Jorgensen, who has a single and a home run, bats with men at second and third and only 1 away. Tracy McGinnis checked back in with us. She says that Green Cove Springs is just in between Jacksonville and St. Augustine. St. Augustine, I believe, the oldest European settlement in North America. First pitch to Jorgensen. There's a breaking ball. That is not swung on and missed as they appealed to third. It's 1-0. Mark West is here checking in. Thank you, Mark. Andrew Don is also checking in, and he took a guess at what our prize was going to be, and it was tickets, but I like his guess. 1-0 pitch. That's a breaking ball for a strike. Andrew Don was guessing that the prize was a black velvet painting of myself as a centaur wrapped in the Chukars blanket giveaway, a meta giveaway. And no, we're not giving that one away, Andrew. That one's for my house. 1-1. I appreciate the suggestion, though. Here's a ground ball to Tyler Kelly. He thinks about going home. He looks Galindo back. He goes to first. Jorgensen is out. Nobody can move up. And a big out, number 1 for Jake Waters.
They're batting number 9, the catcher, Byron Smith.
Now the Chukar hunter, Byron Smith. Smith is 1 for 2. Defense will relax a little bit. The first pitch, a fastball on the outside corner. It's a called strike 1. Well, you're down 5, so if you can get out of this inning with both of those runners stranded out there, that would be huge for the Chukars. They still don't have a hit off of Matt Dallas. Waters to the plate. Breaking ball, a beauty, and a called strike 2. That was a knee buckler that time for Jake at 73. It's amazing the progress of some of these pitchers this year, John, who've worked with Bob Malachy, like Nick Floyd, like Jake Waters. 0-2 to Smith. Setting up outside is Hiskey. Waters to the plate. That's in the dirt. Good take that time from Smith, and it's 1-2. Nothing Hawks here in the top of the fifth. They have 8 hits. The Chucks have no runs and no hits. The 1-2 to the plate. Breaking ball toward third. Barmakian takes it on the big hop. He'll throw on to first and get out of the inning. The Hawks only score 1 time. Jake Waters comes out of the bullpen with runners at second and third and 1 out, and he gets 2 straight ground balls and strands those 2 runners. A run on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We go to the bottom of inning number 5, 5-0 Hawks on KSPZ 980. Bottom of inning number 5, Tyler Peterson, John Balgini live at Melaleuca Field. Tonight's game, it's Chukars and Hawks, part 6 of our 9-game series, and it's the Hawks leading 5-0. Don, Sam Little, and Van Martyr, the bottom of the order to face Matt Dallas. Second time through the order for the Chucks. No hits yet. It is our Toyota 5th inning check-in, so we encourage you all to interact with our broadcast. Dawn, a ball hit to center. This might get down. Chasing is Adams. It's down for a hit. Dawn to second with a double. A ball hit to center field, and that's got to feel good for big number 20. A leadoff double for Andrew Dawn, and he did pull that one. And I say that because if you look where Pat Adams was positioned, I mean, he was practically at the guns and gear sign in right center. If he plays in normal center field, that ball might be caught. All right, first hit for the Chucks. Now let's see what they can do with it. Sam Little. He's had some good at-bats recently. First pitch, that is a called strike, breaking ball on the outside. Chukars with their first hit of the game. It's an Andrew Dawn double. 0 for 1 today is Sam. He grounded out to Galindo at first. 0-1 to the plate. Sam takes just a touch low. Debbie Eskridge watching in California. Let's go Chukars, she says. Kim Matthews asking us to do the ticket giveaway on Facebook instead of YouTube. She can't get the chat to work. I'm sorry, Kim.
You know what, Kim? You got 4 for tomorrow night.
Hey, there you go, Kim. 4 for tomorrow night. 1-1 to Sam. That is a called strike. So, Kim Matthews, congratulations.
Did you say Debbie Eskridge is in California?
Yes, that's what she told me.
Uh-oh. Look out, Bill. He's a bachelor tonight.
1-2 the count. Sam trying to get Don over or in. The pitch to the plate, that's popped up behind third. Jorgensen is right under it. This is on the infield, and he makes the catch. So, Kim, you'll have 4 tickets to tomorrow's game. Thank you for being a frequent listener of Chukars baseball this year. And I don't know how many more times we will do this, but we will only do first-time winners every time, so we won't do any reoccurring winners. Kurt Holverson in his season seat tonight, next to his favorite uncle, Chukars superfan Eric Thornock. Ground ball toward third. Van Martyr hits it to Jorgensen. Jorgensen throws on to first. Don is going to go to third, and he is safe. And the play at first, Whitey is going out to argue with the first base umpire. They're saying that this wasn't a close play.
Galindo wasn't even close to the bag when he made the catch. I mean, we can look it up on the instant replay, but I guarantee his foot was not on the bag when he made the catch.
And here comes Bill Shortridge. We'll take another look on our YouTube replay. Oh, yeah, not even close.
Not even close, exactly. And Caden White getting so excited. He's now being told by the home plate umpire to get back into the batter's box, or the coach's box, but it wasn't even close, Tyler.
And I think we're going to get an umpires meeting here, and I think this is as good as you can ask. We're going to get all 3 umpires getting together, and this is all you can ask for as a manager now at this point.
It took him way off the bag, the throw. It wasn't even close. His foot not near the first base bag.
And Gardy has now been ejected from this ball game, and he's getting right in Bill Shortridge's face. We still have not had the meeting between the umpires. As it's called on the field, it's a 5-3 ground out. Caden miming the play at first.
And I saw it live, and we have a great view of first base, and his foot was nowhere near the bag. As Gardy's getting his money's worth.
He is getting his money's worth.
I think this is only game number 3 for Bill Shortridge this year here at Melaleuca. And Gardy's still going at him. Are we going to see a little dirt on home plate?
I think we may.
There we go. Go get him, Billy. Now he's on his knees.
And Billy Butler will now be the third base coach. Play is going to stand as called.
It's a bad call.
5-3 ground out, to third goes Don. Barmakian to bat with Don at third, 2 outs, and, well, I will say, the Chukars need something to fire them up.
Now they're going to give Dallas some warm-up tosses. Billy Gardner Jr. has a word with the first base umpire, Keegan Smith, as he heads into the locker room. You know, you see plays where they're in the neighborhood, but that one wasn't even close at first base.
That's about as adamant as I've seen Caden all year, running onto the field to argue that call.
He had the best look of anybody on the field.
Barmakian with a runner at third, 2 outs. A hit would light up this crowd. Here's the first pitch. It is high. Don, he'll be ready on a ball in the dirt. You can guarantee that. As you said, Billy Butler, the new acting head coach, or new acting manager, I should say. This ball is in the dirt. It's 2-0. He will be the third base coach. So acting third base coach, what I meant to say, and acting manager. Barmakian ahead in the count, 2-0. Dallas to the plate. Barmakian swings and fouls it back. Another case where on 2-0, Dallas goes to the changeup. Second time this series that a manager has been ejected. Pitch to the plate, that's down low. It's 3-1. So Steve can let out some shaft here. He will have pretty good pitch to look at here. Nope, he will not. It's high, it's ball 4. For Dallas, that's the third time he's walked a batter, the second time he's walked Steve Barmakian. And now it'll be the hard swinging Tyler Kelly. 2 men on, 2 men out, and now Mick Van Kempen, the pitching coach, will come out and talk to Matt Dallas. "75 pitches for Dallas so far, which is right where you want to be as a pitcher. Around the league, Paddleheads lead 7-2 in the 8th over the Raptors, and in Great Falls in the bottom of the 6th, it's the Voyagers 5 and the Mustangs 1. Bob, Chris, and Talon watching down the first base line. Chris Kane Cipher watching here in section L1. John Grainer watching live in section L1, and Bob Farrow in section C, row 2, seats 13 and 14. At third is Don. At first is Barmakian here in the bottom of the 5th. And it'll be Tyler Kelly trying to get the Chucks on the board for the first time this inning, or this game. Hey, the Binders are here watching the Chuckers on the first baseline. Binder family in town.
Second baseman, Tyler Kelly.
Kelly is 0 for 2, a strikeout and a fielder's choice. First pitch to Kelly. He swings, serves it to center. That's down for a base hit, and the Chucks have their first run of the game. It's Hawks 5, Chuckers 1. And now here's Matt Feinstein. Feinstein, who yesterday hit his 19th home run, got his 101st RBI to tie the Pioneer League all-time record in that particular category. He's already got all over that record book this year, but he can set a record, not just tie it, and he can do so in this at-bat. Two men on, two men out, 5-1. Chuckers trail. Dallas is set. His first pitch to Feinstein. That's taken outside for ball 1. First and second are the base runners. Feinstein is 0 for 1. Pitch to the plate. He swings and fouls it off. We got a pitch to hit there. A slider that was left over the middle of the zone. One and one. Feinstein coiled up like a snake, ready to unwind. Dallas to the plate. A ground ball up the middle. Digoche is there. A flip to Rivero in time at second. And the inning is over. The Chucks get on the board, their first run on 2 hits. No errors, although we should have seen one, and 2 men left on base. We head to the top of inning number 6, 5-1 Hawks on KSPZ 980. Top of inning number 6, 5-1. The Chukars trail the Hawks. And guess what? We've got 4 more tickets to give away to tomorrow night's game, so we will take the first person we find on our YouTube chat. Whoever wants 4 tickets to tomorrow, let us know.
Courtesy of Sandhill Media, home of KSBZ, the Sports Zone.
Waters will face Adams, Miller, and Chea, the 9, 1, and 2 hitters. First pitch is outside, 1-0. Adams is 0 for 1 today. And that pitch is a called strike 1. I'll open it up actually all around. I'll do Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube. First person who responds will win 4 tickets to tomorrow's game. All you have to do is listen. 1-1 pitch is outside, 2-1. Are you a good listener? If you're a good listener, then you can be rewarded. There's a pitch grounded toward Barmaky, and it's slowly hit. He gathers, he throws on to first. Not in time, he beat it out. And that'll be an infield single. Steve definitely took his time with that one, and Adams, certainly an above-average runner. Here's Miles Miller now. First pitch to Miller, breaking ball. That's a good one for a called strike 1. Five to 1, the Hawks lead. Pitch to the plate, that's down low. It's ball 1. Debbie Eskridge says that she'll still be in California tomorrow, else she would have asked for the tickets. They're still out there, folks. First one to respond gets 4 tickets to tomorrow. The 1-1 to the plate. That breaking ball is low. It's 2-1. Jake Waters, 30 strikeouts to 35 walks in 37 innings. Not a great ratio, but much better as of late. Pitch to Miller. That's outside. Now 3-1. That one wasn't particularly close. For the Chukars in the bottom of the 6th, it's Hiskey, Quiggle, and West. 3 lefties against Matt Dallas. There goes the runner. West, oh, that's a called strike, and Hiskey just couldn't get the handle on the ball. That's a stolen base. A full count now to Miller. I'm not sure if Hiskey thought that was ball 4. Waters to the plate. That breaking ball is grounded toward Waters. It's past him. Kelly to pick it up. Kelly underhands to first in time. 4-3 on the ground out. That gets Adams to third. The Hawks trying to manufacture that run back. And now it's Jason DiCochea.
Number 5, second baseman Jason DiCochea.
DiCochea is 0 for 3. First pitch, that's swung on, hit toward right center, over is Kona Quiggle. He will get there, he will make the catch. Scoring is Pat Adams, and they do indeed manufacture that run back, a sac fly for Jason DiCochea, and it's a 5-run lead again for Boise. It's 6-1. That's the way you want to get it done if you're DiCochea. One pitch, you get the guy in. Here's Rivero, now base is empty. 2 away. Waters to the plate, that's swung on and missed by Rivero. Waters to the plate, the 0-1 grounded towards short. Van Marter takes it on the backhand. He gets up, he throws strongly to first in time, and the inning is over. 1 run on a hit, no errors, no one left on base, and now to the bottom of the 6th we go. It's 6-1 Hawks on KSPZ 980. Welcome back to our broadcast. It's the bottom of the 6th. Tyler Peterson and John Balgini. Boise with the run there in the 6th, the 4th straight inning that they've scored a run. Idaho Falls with their first run back in the 5th. Let's see if they can get a little closer. They're down 6-1. Hiskey, Quiggle, and West to bat against Dallas. First pitch to Hunter Hiskey, a breaking ball. That drops in for strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's down low. It's 1-1. Hiskey today is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. The 1-1 to the plate. That's hit towards center field. That gets down for a base hit. A leadoff single for the Chukars. The second straight inning they've led off with a single. Oh, we have Chris Cipher. He will take the tickets. The tickets have been claimed.
Center fielder,
So congratulations, Chris. You have 4 tickets to tomorrow's ball game. Here's Kona Quiggle. First pitch to Kona. He takes high and outside. That was a hard hit ball from Hunter Hiskey. So Chris, you will be coming to tomorrow's game. Congratulations. Kona today also 0 for 2. That pitch is inside. 2-0. And since you're here, Chris, in section L1, if you'd like, you could pick these from up now if you come up to the press box. 2-0 to Quiggle. He swings. He hits this towards center. It's not going to be very deep. It's traveling a little on Adams. He's back to the track, and he makes the catch. Didn't think he got all of it, and indeed he did not. That'll bring up Brady West.
Now batting, number 30, the designated hitter, Brady West.
Just 3 hits for the Chucks. Brady West 0 for 2. Lefty-righty matchup, the first pitch. Brady takes way high. Hiskey, he may score on a double if he can get a good jump. On deck is Don, who's 1 for 2 with the double. The 1-0, that's a breaking ball. Ooh, and a beauty for a called strike one. One Brady was not expecting. And the slowest of the night for Dallas at 78. One and one. Chuck's down 6-1. They've really only had one sustained rally that was stymied a little. The 1-1 pitch, that's swung on, hit towards center. Back is Adams. It's got the height. I don't think it has the depth. It does not. He makes the catch. And there's 2 away. That one hit too high. It was hit well. And now here's Don. I would love to see Don take a page out of Steve Barmakian and ambush Matt Dallas on pitch number 1. Hiskey with the leadoff single, but back-to-back flyouts. There's 2 away. 6-1 Hawks. Dallas to the plate. Don takes inside. It's 1-0. We're here in the bottom of the 6th in Game 6 of 9 on this homestand. If the Hawks win this ball game, it would be their 12th win against the Chukars, and the Chukars would have to win the final 3 games of this series to take home that Traffic Home Trophy. The 1-0 pitch, that's inside as well, 2-0. Last time Don was in a 2-0 count, Dallas went with the fastball. Wonder if we'll see that again. 2 outs, Hiskey ready to run. On contact. Dallas to the plate. Don swings, hits this toward right. It's fairly deep. Fair or foul? It will be foul. He gave it a ride. He was late on that pitch. It was the fastball. Two and one the count to the Chukars first baseman. Two and one, 2 outs. The pitch to the plate. Dawn swings and fouls it at the plate. That was the slider from Dallas. Dallas has 2 good options here now on 2 strikes. He could try to blow Dawn away with the fastball. He could try to throw that slider sliding out of the zone. Let's see what he goes with. Here's the pitch on its way. It's the slider. It's swung on and missed by Dawn. Chukars get a leadoff base runner. They can't do anything with him. And we go to the top of the 7th. Still 6-1 Hawks on KSPZ 980. Top of the 7th, it's 6-1 Hawks still. Welcome back to our broadcast. Tyler and John, live on KSPZ 980, the Sports Zone, and live on YouTube. Galindo, Enriquez, and Gonzalez. They're the ones who will face Waters here in the 7th. Got some big updates for you. It's a final from Ogden. Missoula with the 7-2 victory. Meanwhile, in the 7th, Great Falls leads Billings 5-3. Game in Rocky Mountain delayed due to rain. 2-1 Rockies when they were playing. Here's Galindo, who's 1 for 2. He's homered, he's walked, and he takes a first pitch strike on the slider from Jake Waters. Coming set is Waters on the mound. The 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed. It's 0-2. The Chukars will have 9 more outs to figure out Matt Dallas. They only have 1 run and 3 hits off him. And although it would be cool to have the Traffic Cone Trophy in its first year, I think the real prize is that first place spot in the North. As this pitch is high, it's 1-2. Galindo ready. The 1-2 from Waters on its way. It's down low, taken by Galindo, now 2-2. Infield playing back, a slight shift toward right center for Quiggle. The 2-2 on its way. That's taken for ball 3. Baseball Bob with a come on blue. Now a full count. Waters a deep breath. He kicks, he throws. That's down low. It's ball 4. That was a ball, and Waters tried to get Galindo on it, but he would not offer. And now it's Enriquez.
Number 17, right fielder, Robbie Enriquez.
Bring him home, baby. Bring him home. You too. And you.
Waters back on the mound. Nobody out here in the top of the 7th. 6-1 the Hawks lead. First pitch to Enriquez. He takes a breaking ball high, ball 1. Enriquez ready. Here's the pitch. That's taken right down the middle for strike 1. Waters came into this game in the 5th. He's still pitching here in the 7th. And a reliever getting ready. Looks like Keegan Mcginnis getting ready in the bullpen. Here's the 1-1. Enriquez, a ground ball back to Waters. He's going to go to second for 1. Van Marter on to first. That's a double play. Nicely turned because Waters, and we've got a good angle of it here, John. He's throwing to a ghost at second base, and Van Marter has to meet the ball there. He did, and he turned that double play.
Sort of the reverse of a pitcher covering first base. He's on the delivering end. This time Jake threw it, and Van Marter made the catch. Perfect double play.
Now here's Idaho Gonzalez with the hit that knocked Joe Slocum out of the game. A hard hit RBI double in the 5th. There's the first pitch of Gonzalez. Oh, it hits him in the back. He had to get out of the way as that was coming for his head, and it hit him right in the top of the back. And he runs past Waters on the grass to first. And now Jorgensen, the third baseman.
Now batting, number 24, third baseman, Tyler Jorgensen.
A single in the 2nd, a home run in the 4th. That was a solo shot for Jorgensen. And then a ground ball with runners at 2nd and 3rd in the 5th. 6-1 the Hawks lead here in the top of the 7th. That's a pitch, a called strike. Fastball at 82 from Waters to begin this at bat. Hawks with 3 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, now here in the 7th. Waters trying to keep them off the board. That breaking ball, that drops in for a beauty. A strike 2 call from Shortridge. Now he's way ahead in the count, 0-2. Be interested to see if you put a fastball around the eyes of Jorgensen if he had chase here. Waters to the plate. It's swung on and missed in the dirt. Hiskey throws down to Don to complete the strikeout, and the inning is over. So, for the first time since the 2nd inning, the Hawks do not score. No runs, no hits, no errors. A man left on base. Waters with his first strikeout. We move on to the bottom of the 7th. Time to stretch from Melaleuca. Hawks 6, Chukars 1 on KSPZ 980. Bottom of the 7th. We've had our 7th inning stretch. Let's see if the Chucks can break into this lead a little bit. It's 6-1 Hawks. Tyler Peterson and John Balgini bringing you tonight's game on the radio and online and on YouTube. We appreciate everybody listening in. First pitch to Sam Little. He takes a breaking ball for a called strike 1. Matt Dallas, he's still out there. Still controlling this game. 0-1 to Sam. That's down low. 1-1. Just starting to get some action down there in that bullpen. That's Kenny Ogg, Caveman Kenny Ogg, as I like to call him. One and one. Pitch to Sam Little. He swings, hits this toward left center. That's going to be down. That's going to be extra bases. It goes to the wall. Sam's got an extra base hit. He's wanting 2, and he will have 2. A leadoff double for the 3rd straight inning. The Chukars with a leadoff hit.
Sam 5 for 15 in the series, Tyler. Seeing the ball well and hitting the ball pretty darn hard.
Here's Tyler Van Marter, who officially is 0 for 2. Now they had Hiskey on first and had 3 straight outs. Couldn't do anything with him last inning. Sam with a leadoff double. Chukars are down by 5. First pitch to the plate, he takes high. It's only the 2nd extra base hit for the Chukars today. This is a home run hitting club. They have 103 this year. Still waiting on their first home run of this game. Dallas to the plate. Van Marter takes a strike on the outside. It's 1-1.
They had gone 3 games without a home run, and they hit 3 last night. Second in the league behind Missoula.
The 1-1 pitch, that's swung on, hit towards center. Adams is over, he's back. And he makes the catch. So Van Marter flies out, he's 0 for 3. And now here's Steve Barmakian. Only 1 inning with multiple hits. That was the 5th. That Sam Little double, only the 4th hit of the ball game for the Chukars. They've only scored 1 run so far. Barmakian is 0 for 1. He's walked twice. The first pitch, breaking ball, a called strike one. $1,825 fans here at Melaleuca tonight. Dallas set on the mound. Pitch to the plate. Steve takes, a called strike two. Now he'll have to protect. Here's the 0-2 pitch, swing, and a tapper back in front of the mound. Dallas to pick it up. He throws on to first in time to get Barmakian. Nice play from Dallas. 1-3 on the out. And now there's two away. Here's Tyler Kelly. He drove in the first Chukars run. A single to get Don in from third. He bats with a man at third and two away in this inning. Almost the same situation. (6-1) Hawks. Pitch to Kelly, that's in the dirt. And I think the sooner that the Chukars can get out of this Matt Dallas game and get this into a bullpen game, the better their feel, but it's fairly late in the ball game now to be thinking that way, as it's like Dallas will complete 7 innings. Unless the Chukars can pull something together here with 2 outs. Kelly 1 for 3. Pitch to the plate. That swung on, fouled back to the screen.
That foul went straight back. Let's keep your back straight. Go to the home of the Back Saver mattress.
1-1 now to Kelly. Chukars have left 6 men on base through the first 6 innings. The 1-1 pitch, breaking ball, called strike 2. And Kelly did not like that call.
Might have been a bit high.
The 1-2 pitch to Kelly, that swung on and missed way out of the zone. A toss of the bat from Kelly after he strikes out. Quite the exhibition tonight from Matt Dallas. Again, tossing a pretty good game against the Chukars. 6-1 Hawks as we head to the top of the 8th on KSPZ 980. Welcome back to our ball game. It's the top of the 8th. 2 innings left in our ball game, and to tell you all about them, it's John Balgini on the microphone.
Thank you, Tyler. Pitcher number 3 on the mound for the Chukars, Keegan Mcginnis, who replaces Jake Waters. Another good outing by Jake.
We've liked what we've seen from Waters recently. 2 2/3 innings for Jake today. 1 hit, 1 run, which was earned, a walk, and a strikeout in relief of Joe Slocum.
He'll be replaced by Keegan Mcginnis. Big, tall right-hander, 6'6", 240 out of Haymarket, VA. Keegan, 0-2, does have 1 save with a 7.54 earned run average. In 22 innings, he has struck out 39, but he's walked 32. Again, another hard-throwing chucker, but sometimes the location, not there. Here's Byron Smith. He'll lead things off. 1 for 3 in tonight's contest. Inside, ball 1. 9 hits for the Hawks, only 4 base hits for the Chukars, and they didn't pick up their first hit till the 5th inning. Mcginnis kicks the 1-0 pitch. He went around on a pitch that went back to the backstop, and it's 1-1, and Smith upset with himself.
That might be, I hate to say this about Byron Smith, but might be one of the worst swings we've seen all year. And Smith has lit us up this season, so we can say that about Smith, but either terribly fooled or he had a bet to swing at that one, no matter what.
The 1-1 pitch, that one's high, ball 2. Keegan, college teammates with Steve Barmakian. Both went to George Washington. The 2-1 pitch, there's a strike at the knees, and Smith has something to say to the home plate umpire. It's 2-2. Chukars in the bottom of the 8th will have Feinstein, Hiskey, Quiggle, 3, 4, 5. And hopefully a new pitcher on the mound for Dallas. Not for Dallas. Yeah, for Dallas. For Boise, the pitch has fouled out of play. It's 2-2.
It might as well be the Boise Dallases, though,
yeah,
with the way this guy's been pitching this year against the Chukars.
Looking to improve his record to 3-1 against Idaho Falls, 8-4 against the Pioneer League. 2-2 pitch, called, strike 3. So a good start for Mcginnis. Smith goes down looking. Only the 3rd strikeout by Chukar pitchers tonight.
And that was a pretty nasty breaking ball there from Keegan. We know he's got the good curveball. We know he's got the fast fastball, and that one was right on the money tonight. He's going with the high socks today, John. Keegan switching it up.
Dallas, meanwhile, has fans 6 Chukar hitters. Adams, the number 9 guy, takes it inside, ball 1.
Just 1 strikeout for each of these pitchers tonight for Idaho Falls.
Pitch is inside, low, ball 2. Adams 1 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice, walked, and singled and scored in the 6th inning. 2-0 pitch. Low, ball 3. The Hawks a half game in front of Grand Junction, and looks like they're going to be playing 2 tomorrow. That game in Colorado Springs currently delayed by rain. That's a first this year, isn't it?
A surprise. And I believe it's lightning as well.
3-1. Here's a ball right back to Mcginnis. He's going to underhand it to Andrew Don for out number 2.
I think of the 25 years of my adult life, up until I made my trips to Colorado Springs, I had more lightning in my life in Colorado Springs than the previous 25 years.
Not much lightning in the Bay Area?
Not much. Used to get a little bit back east when I'd visit family in western Pennsylvania, but Nope, not much to speak of, and we've needed some rain for the last few years. Haven't got a whole lot either.
Here's Miles Miller, the leadoff hitter, 1 for 4. He scored that goofy run back in the third. He struck out swinging. Hiskey's throw to first in the dirt. He went to second on a ground out, went to third on a wild pitch, and scored on another throwing error by the catcher. Here's a swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. Top of 8. All Hawks tonight. 1-1 from Keegan is a swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. McGinnis trying to retire the Hawks in order for the first time tonight by any Chukars pitcher. And the 1-2 to Miller, that's a little bit high, 2-2.
Good news, John.
Yes.
A run for the Voyagers.
Good.
6-4 now. Great Falls over Billings.
Yeah, Billings had battled back to make it a 5-4 score. Now it's 6-4. 2-2 on the way. Ground ball to Tyler Kelly. He'll make the play, and Keegan Mcginnis does retire. The Hawks in order, 1-2-3. Going to the bottom of the 8th. Chukars down by a 6-1 score on KSBZ, the Sports Zone. Matt Dallas comes out for inning number 8. They'll face Matt Feinstein, Hunter Hiskey, and Kona Quiggle. Matt has walked, reached on an error, and reached on a fielder's choice. So he's been on base 3 times, but no hits in the ball game. Chukars have only had 4 off Dallas. Born and raised in Boise, playing for his hometown Hawks. First pitch called strike 1. He's walked 3. He's struck out 6, which gives him 105 strikeouts on the season. And his earned run average will be going south as well. Swing and a miss, and it's quickly 0-2.
108 pitches for Matt Dallas.
Well, he's 27, and he's not a young kid. Now he's going to step off the back of the mound and takes about 5-6 steps for some reason. Points to the shortstop Rivero, now back up on the bump. Tironis, the lefty, warming up for the Hawks. 0-2, the waste pitch, down low, 1-2. Base hits by Little, Don, Hiskey, and Kelly, and that's been it. for the Chukars tonight. Dallas 1-2 pitch to Feinstein. He hits a high fly ball, but that's going to reach foul territory down the right field line. Lands in the batting cage right next to the Chukars locker room.
Six outs to go. The Chucks need 5 runs to tie. It's a ratio which doesn't tilt in their favor.
Here's the 1-2 outside, low, 2-2. Game number 7 tomorrow night. It'll be Matt Jeffrey on for the Chucks and Jace Van Senna for the Hawks. 2-2 pitch. That's going to reach the parking lot.
We're going to start to see some guys we saw earlier in this series. Jace Van Senna pitched back on Saturday in Game 1.
And Steigerwald and Lines.
Van Senna 6 innings, 7 earned. No decision in that game. The Hawks won that first game.
2-2 pitch. A swing and a miss, and that's strikeout number 7 for Matt Dallas.
That gives him 106 strikeouts on the season.
Here's Hunter Hiskey, a pair of strikeouts, and out comes Gary Van Tol, and I think that's going to be the evening. It will be for Matt Dallas. This pitching change brought to you by the Smith Group, simplifying the car buying experience for 100 years. We'll be back and tell you about the new pitcher on KSBZ, the Sports Zone, your home for Fox Sports and the Idaho Falls Chukars. New pitcher on the mound for the Boise Hawks, the left-hander, Matt Taronis. He replaces Matt Dallas.
Matt Dallas has put himself in a situation to put him up now 3-1 against the Chucks this year. 7 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 1 run which was earned, 3 walks, and 7 strikeouts.
Taronis pitched in the knockout round game on Sunday. He went 1 1/3, gave up, I think, just 1 hit and struck out 3. Yep, didn't give up any hits. Walked 1, struck out 3. Numbers on the year, not that great. 6.90 ERA with a 1-1 record. He does have 4 saves. This is not a save opportunity. And it's Hunter Hiskey. Strikeout, strikeout, single for the Chukars catcher.
And this is a good moment for Taronis to come to this ball game when 3 straight lefties are due up.
Matt Dallas, yep, as good as advertised. Pitch is a called strike one. Here's the 0-1 pitch, breaking ball, called strike two. Same pitch, same location, same result. And the 0-2 to Hiskey. It's a line drive caught by Chea on one knee. So Hunter hit it hard, but right at the second baseman. That's out number 2. And here's Kona Quiggle. Last 2 nights he was 6 for 10, 8 RBI. Tonight 0 for 3 for the Big Wave. Yankees had a big lead over Oakland. Now the Athletics have tied it up. First pitch to Kona, misses outside, ball 1. Next pitch, breaking ball, pretty pitch, 1-1 the count. I've never been to the Oakland Coliseum, but I love that ballpark for some reason.
I love that ballpark. Grew up there. Sometimes you can get a whole section to yourself and just spread yourself out, and you can feel like you're the owner of the ballpark, and your team's in front of you, and you got the whole place to yourself.
2-1 the count. I was a big Athletics fan growing up with Reggie and Sal Bando and Joe Rudy and Gene Tennis and Vida Blue. Here's a called strike, and it's 2-2 as Kona didn't like it.
Well, when you win 3 straight World Series in the 70s, how can you not?
I even like Charlie Finley. I hate to say it, but he was a little quirky to say the least. But
Do you remember Charlie O, the mule?
I do. I saw him in Kansas City when I was a young kid before they went to Oakland. Ball hit down the first base line. Galindo's going to take it to the bag, and Toronis retires the last 2 here in the 8th. As we go to the 9th, it's 6-1. The Chukars trail the Hawks on KSBZ. Chea, Rivero, and Galindo to face Keegan Mcginnis here in the top of the 9th. 6-9-1 for the Hawks, 1-4-3 line score for the Chukars. Fastball is outside, 1-0. Chea hitless in 3 at-bats. He did have a sac fly RBI his last time up. Here's a swing and a miss. And it's 1-1.
Would you like a Major League update, John?
I don't think I would.
You actually do.
Oh, okay. Well, you talked me into it.
Salvador Perez, his 35th of the season, a grand slam to give the Royals the lead over the Mariners.
Salvi, boy, what a great season he's had. Pitch inside, 2-1.
I mean, I would have liked to have given you the update you thought I was going to give you.
Salvador Perez, he was, I think, 17 years old when he came to Idaho Falls the first time, and you could tell right off the bat this kid's going to be a good one. 2-1, fastball, 3-1.
I was talking to Hunter Hiskey, who is a diehard Royals fan, of course, from Missouri, very close by Kansas City, and he was comparing his numbers with Salvi's, and he wanted to get to about the same batting average Salvi did here. He was trying to get the same number of RBI. He'll get close.
3-1 pitch, a high pop-up. Out goes Kelly, in comes Quiggle. Tyler backpedaling, and Tyler makes the catch right in front of the big wave for out number 1. I think TK wants any ball he can get to.
That's right, pole to pole for TK.
Yep. Here's Rivero. One of 2 Hawks with a multi-hit ball game. He's 2 for 4. Scored both times he was on base. No RBI. Chukars in the bottom of the 9th. West, Don, and Little. First pitch from Keegan is upstairs, ball 1.
I'll say this about the A's. I didn't think so at the time, but probably one of their biggest mistakes this offseason was letting Marcus Semien walk. His 31st and 32nd home run tonight.
Swing and a miss by Rivero. And he's from your hometown?
He is. El Cerrito, California. Went to St. Mary's High, my St. High School. Went to Cal.
That's pretty cool. 1-1 the count. There's a called strike, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes on Rivero. McGinnis comes set at the letters. 1-2. Did he go? No. And I would agree with that. It's 2-2 the count. Boy, a missed play at first base earlier in this game. Don't know who would have had any bearing on the outcome, but I guarantee if it would have been the major leagues, it would have been reversed. Wasn't even close at first base. Here's the 2-2 pitch, a swing and a miss, and McGinnis strikes out Rivero. But then again, the Chukars got a phantom double play in last night's game that was pretty iffy.
Yeah, you give some, you take some, and that's just going to happen throughout the season. I mean, listen, John, you can play that same game, and it's like, oh, you know, 1-run game in the 9th back in June. We lost by 1 game in the standings. That was a game we should have had. Well, there's a few games where maybe we should have lost. Some games we should have won, some we should have lost. It all evens out.
Galindo is 1 for 2, his 1 hit, his 18th home run of the year. That came in the 3rd. 3 years in the Cubs organization for Vladimir. At a Maracay, Venezuela, and he swings at another offering by Keegan and misses 0-2. Well, for the 3rd night in a row positive, Tyler, the bullpen has been outstanding.
Yeah, just 1 run allowed out of the bullpen. You look at last night, no earned runs through the final 4. The night before, no earned runs through the final 4. The night before, 1 earned run through the final 4. I mean, it's just been fantastic.
The count 0-2 on Galindo. And that's a call, strike 3. So McGinnis strikes out 2 of the last 3 batters he faces. It's last call for the Chukars, going to the bottom of the 9th. 6-1, Boise leads. Chukars down by 5. Last call. West, Don, and Little to face Matt Turonis. Faced 2 batters and retired both in the bottom of the 8th.
Leading off the Idaho Falls Chapter, 10:30, the designated hitter, Brady West.
Brady West tonight has grounded to second, struck out swinging, and flied to center. Lefty versus the left-hander Turonis. Pitch inside breaking ball for a called strike 1, and Brady does a double take. Turonis out of Mesquite, Texas. Here's the 0-1 delivery. That's snubbed foul off the end of the bat, and it's 0-2. Andrew Don scored the only run of the ball game so far for the Chukars. He doubled in the 5th, and he was brought home by Tyler Kelly. 0-2, and Brady chased one in the dirt, and it's strike 3. That was a pretty nasty pitch by Turonis.
It's that same curveball he was throwing at Quiggle and Hiskey with great effect, and he faces 3 lefties and gets them all out.
Here's Andrew Don, 1 for 3. Hit the ball hard in the 5th. Line drives double to center field. And Andrew takes the pitch low. He's also flied to right. Last time up, went down swinging. Andrew, number 2 in the league in strikeouts. 1-0, checks it. No, says the first base umpire, Keegan Smith. It's 2-0.
Number 1 is Aaron Bond, formerly of the Missoula Paddleheads, who was claimed off waivers by the Billings Mustangs.
We'll check some scores in our post-game show coming up. 2-0 pitch. There's a called strike. It's 2-1. We know Missoula has won. If Great Falls beats Billings, the Paddleheads will be in first place in the Northern Division, and that's good for the Chukars. 2-1 pitch. High 3-1.
And I think one of those games also will not be finished tonight.
That's the Grand Junction Rocky Mountain game. It was stopped, I believe, in the 2nd inning due to lightning. There's ball 4. So Andrew, a 1-out walk. And it brings up Sam Little, who has doubled in his 3 at-bats tonight.
John, it all started with a 1-out walk in the bottom of the 9th.
That's your headline?
That'll be the lead sentence. Yeah.
Galindo playing behind the runner, of course, with a lefty up. Little takes the first pitch, called strike 1.
You want to talk about a breaking ball. I mean, that thing, we don't have exactly the right angle, but from my eyes, it looks like it starts at Sam's head and drops down to his knees.
0-1 to Sam Little. Tried to check the swing, could not. It's 0-2. The downfall was in the 3rd. A strikeout, an error, a wild pitch, an error, and that's how the Hawks got on the board. Oh, 2 to Little. And he swings and misses, and that is strikeout number 2 for Turonis, out number 2 in the inning. And 9 strikeouts for the 2 Boise pitchers, Matt and Matt, Dallas and Turonis. And here's Tyler Van Marder.
A pretty clean scorebook on this right side for the Hawks. I mean, if it wasn't a 1-2-3 inning, then it was a 1-2-3-4 inning. It wasn't a whole lot else.
First pitch to Van Marder, called strike 1. Only twice in the game did Chukars have 2 runners on base at the same time. The 0-1 pitch. It's going to be a chopper to DeCoche. He'll go to first base in time, and that's the ball game on this Thursday night. Final score, Boise 6, Idaho Falls 1. It's our post-game show coming up in a minute. Back here at Melaleuca Field, John and Tyler. The Hawks win the 6th game of the series to tie it up at 3 games apiece, 6-1. We'll take a look at the final numbers in the Kansas City Royals minor league affiliations. As far as the former Chukars are concerned, nothing to talk about tonight.
Let's look around our Major League scoreboard for the second day in a row. The Orioles top the Angels. Orioles get win number 40. They're 40-86, a final 13-1 in Baltimore.
The one run for the Angels, Ohtani's 41st home run to lead the game off.
It's some kind of year he is having, and all this without Mike Trout, too.
Yep.
You almost forget about Mike Trout now, even though Ohtani is on that team. 5-1 Reds over Brewers in Milwaukee. White Sox down the Blue Jays 10-7. Diamondbacks won in Philadelphia 8-7, and that's a perfect 4-0 this year for the D-backs against the Phillies. Pirates 11, Cards 7 in Pittsburgh. Red Sox 12-2 over the Twins at Fenway. Giants, they win again. They get a 3-game sweep of the Mets. They win 3-2. Bryant, another home run for San Francisco. Indians 10, Rangers 6. Bradley Zimmer, a 465-foot home run in that game for the Tribe. Marlins 7, Nationals 5 from Miami. Dodgers, a 4-0 win against the Padres after a 16-inning marathon last night. And a couple games still going on. 6-6 in the 7th between the Yankees and the A's, and the Royals lead the Mariners 5-4 in the bottom of the 6th in Seattle.
Salvador Perez grand slam home run to put the Royals ahead. In the Pioneer League, Grand Junction, Rocky Mountain, they were rained out in the 2nd. The Rockies leading the Vibes 2-1. Missoula beats Ogden 7-2, and they're in the top of the 9th in Great Falls with 1 out, nobody on base. The Voyagers lead the Mustangs by a 6-4 score. Your final numbers for tonight here at Melaleuca Field for the Hawks: 6 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. They left 6 men on base. Idaho Falls, 1 run, 4 hits, 3 errors, and the Chukars left 7 men on. Winning pitcher Matt Dallas, another outstanding effort by the Boise, Idaho kid. Well, not really a kid. He's now 8-4. Joe Slocum took the loss. 3-5 for Joe. 2 home runs were hit in the ball game, both by the Hawks. It was Vladimir Galindo in the 3rd with 1 on, his 18th of the year. 7 of those against the Chukars. And then Tyler Jorgensen, a solo shot in the 4th, his 4th of the year. The game took 3 hours and 2 minutes to play in front of a crowd of 1,825. So we go to game number 7 of this 9-game series tomorrow, Tyler, and hopefully if Great Falls continues to lead Billings and beat Billings, the Chukars still a half game back, but Missoula will be a half game ahead of Billings. And again, if the Paddleheads win the second half, we're in.
We are in. And, you know, when we looked at this 9-game series, the first thing I thought was, I wonder how many times we'll see Matt Dallas in that series. And luckily, it's only one, and there really was only one possible combination of that rotation to get Dallas to only one start in this series. So the Chukars really lucked out in that regard. But we looked at that game and we thought, well, maybe that's one we can pencil in for the Hawks because of how good he's been this year. So the Chukars need to come back out tomorrow against Van Sena and show that same spirit they showed against him in that first game. For the Chucks to win the Traffic Cone Trophy in the IDT series, they would have to win out the last 3 games of this series.
How about the Domino's Pizza player of the game?
Well, I think John will give it today to Keegan Mcginnis, who had one of those Dr. Jekyll performances. That's the good ones.
Yeah.
2 innings, 3 strikeouts. It was a clean 6 up, 6 down for Mcginnis, who finished off this game in the 8th and the 9th.
All right, that wraps things up from Melaleuca. Once again, the final score tonight's game, it was Boise 6, Idaho Falls 1. Same 2 teams tomorrow night, 7:15 first pitch. We'll be on the air at 7 o'clock with the Toyota pregame show. Until then, for Tyler Peterson, I'm John Balgini reminding you that Chukars Baseball is a presentation of Sandhill Media. Any rebroadcast, reproduction, or other use of the pictures, videos, and accounts of this game is prohibited without the express written consent of the Pioneer Baseball League, Sandhill Media, and KSBZ, the Sports Zone. Tonight, the Chukars lost to the Hawks by the score of 6-1. Good night, everybody. Good night, Jim.